Before we get into this video, I have some really good news. My Etsy shop is back open, Tara Lee Skincare. I'll have it linked down in the description box. And you guys can use code 15OFF for 15% off your order. Okay, thanks. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So today we are gonna be infusing turmeric into oil. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel and hit that notification bell. So make sure you do that so you know every time I upload and you don't miss a video. But yeah, so thanks so much for subscribing. Now, I'm not the first person to come up with this concept. This has been done many times before I came along. Also, I've never actually infused anything into oil before, so I had to take it to Google and I clicked on the first blog that popped up and I followed their recipe. Well, actually, I checked out a few other websites as well, but their recipe was my favorite that I've seen. So all credit goes to them, or let's be realistic, it was probably somebody in India who originally came up with this idea. Because if you didn't know, turmeric actually originated in southern India about 4,000 years ago. Another fun fact, India actually produces 80% of the world's turmeric. So 37.9% of my viewership comes from the United States. But next after that is India, and 9.3% of my following or viewership is from India. Shout out to India, you guys are awesome. Also, if you have some fun facts about turmeric, let me know down in the comments below. So let's get into making the turmeric infused oil. So first off, you wanna pick out your carrier oil. I decided to use jojoba oil. Not only because the blog that I followed used jojoba oil, but I wanted to pick an oil that would work for really any skin type or formulation I decide to make this oil with. And also, jojoba oil is a very fast absorbing oil compared to all the other carrier oils out there. So that's why I chose it. You can choose whatever oil you would like. Meadow foam seed oil is a good alternative to jojoba oil if you don't have that. And I ended up using 250 grams of jojoba oil. Then you want to grab some turmeric powder. I recommend using turmeric powder over the actual root for sanitary purposes. They talk about this in the blog that I followed. So I ended up weighing out 30 grams of turmeric. So turmeric has tons of skin benefits. It can help brighten dull skin. It can help lighten hyperpigmentation. It can help with dark circles under the eyes. It can help fight acne. It can help soothe the skin. And it's full of antioxidants and is an amazing anti-aging ingredient as well. So I think no matter what skin type you have, you can benefit from turmeric in some shape or form. Then what you're going to want to do with the turmeric is add them into some tea bags. So I actually purchased these tea bags from the link on the blog I followed, but I will link down below to these exact tea bags, or if you want to go check out the blog that I followed. Again, you can go follow their recipe if you would like, because I did end up tweaking mine. It's not exactly the same as theirs. So if you want to follow theirs instead, the link will be in my description box. So this is a time when you want to start filling up your tea bags. I decided just to use a spoon to fill them up. This can get a bit messy and turmeric does stain. So you will probably want to wear some gloves. And if you do get it on any surfaces, you can just spray it with some rubbing alcohol and the stain should come up. So turmeric is a common spice and a major ingredient in curry powder. Curry is one of my favorite foods. So curcumin is a major component in turmeric, and the activities of turmeric are commonly attributed to the curcuminoids.
Curcuminoids.
Listen, I was in speech class for like 4 years in elementary. They probably should have kept me longer. But you know what? The teachers probably were just like, Tara, you're fine. You know how to say grass now, and that's all that matters. Anyways, once you have your little tea bags filled up, put both tea bags into my jojoba oil or jojoba oil. I wish it was pronounced that way. I don't know why it's not. And then I covered it with some aluminum foil. I tried to make it as tight as possible. Then you want to take a pan and fill it up with, honestly, it doesn't really matter, as much water as you can fit into that pan. Well, you don't want to put too much water because you don't want the water to overfill, but you know, use common sense, okay? Then put the pan over your stovetop on about low heat. You don't want it to get too hot. Now, I tried to do some Googling and figure out at what temperature the turmeric will start to be compromised and lose its benefits. I can't really find any specific temperature other than just mentioning like don't boil it. So I would just keep it on a low heat. And it's recommended to do this for about 2 to 3 hours. And I'm assuming the heat is introduced to speed up the infusion process. I'd imagine you could still infuse it even without heat, as I've seen other people infuse herbs without heat. So as long as you aren't like heating up the turmeric too hot, it should still keep its benefits and attributes, as opposed to if you like boiled it, that can compromise the turmeric. And from my research, what specifically gets affected by the heat is
curcuminoids.
Curcuminoids. This is the main component in the turmeric that actually gives the turmeric its bright yellow color. So after I let it sit on low heat, I think I let mine sit for about like 2.5 hours. I removed it from the heat and then I let it cool down. And then after I let it cool down, the blog suggested to go ahead and add in the vitamin E after it cools down. But I ended up actually getting really busy that day. And I just set it in a dark cabinet and I let it sit for about 2 more days, which I was like, this isn't gonna hurt. This is just going to infuse the turmeric even more. So I was like, win-win, right? So 2 days later, I came back, opened up my turmeric, and you'll notice the bright, bright yellow color. Jojoba oil already has a brighter yellow color, but this definitely like took it to the next level. Also, I want to mention, after you take the tea bags out of the turmeric, you might see like a little bit of like a cloudiness in it. That's fine. It'll end up settling. And also, if you end up with any turmeric powder, that's fine. It'll end up settling. And then when you pour it into your bottle, you can just like not pour in the very small little bit, or you can just pour it all in. It's fine. It'll be all right. So then I ended up adding in like 0.2% of the vitamin E, roughly about 0.56 grams, because in total I had 250 grams of oil and then 30 grams of turmeric, which is about 280 grams total. And I just took 0.2% of that and added vitamin E in, because you really don't need too much vitamin E. It is an antioxidant, so it will help increase the freshness of the oil longer. And we love antioxidants, which turmeric already has, but we're just adding some more. So then you could just go ahead and bottle your turmeric oil up into whatever container you would like, but preferably a dark container, like an amber container, as this will protect it from light and keep your oil fresher longer. As you can see, I did not package mine in an amber bottle because I didn't have one big enough. So I've just been keeping this in a dark cabinet in a cool, dry area. So even if you do put it in an amber bottle, make sure it's in like a dark, cool, dry area as well. So really any bottle's fine, because if you're storing it in the dark, it'll be fine. Yeah, the shelf life, I would just give it the same shelf life as your oil, whatever oil you use. Anyways, now you're done with your jojoba infused turmeric oil. So to answer a few questions you guys might be wondering is, does it stain your skin? It didn't stain my skin, and I'm really pale, so I'm surprised. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Look forward to my turmeric recipes I'm planning on sharing. I don't know when, but at some point. So let me know if you have any requests for any specific products you would like to see with my turmeric oil. I hope you all have a nice day. Thanks so much for watching.
I've been consumed by the wrath of time, like I'm shy.